Hi, my name is Bridget K. Belizer. Welcome to Business Legalization. How to legalize your business. As we know, due to COVID-19, a lot of businesses struggled in this area, which is why a lot of business owners, especially small business owners, were unable to receive funding because the SBA required proof that your agency or your company or your organization was in operation before 2019, and a lot of individuals didn't have their Sunbiz documents, their articles of incorporations up to date. Some had expired, and then some didn't have it at all, point blank center. And so we worked during the COVID-19 to ensure that minorities and small businesses that have been infected or impacted with the pandemic, I should say, get their documents legalized and situated so the next time something like this were to happen, they are qualified and they go right through the process and they're able to receive funding. And if you are a small business owner out here and you think, oh, I'm not going to legalize or document my business because it's not yet a big business, I think you should see all the benefits that you're missing out. And I think you should reconsider that and go ahead and legalize your documents. Now, if it's difficult for you to do it on your own, we do offer this help with our nonprofit prices here at our office, 11886 West 60 Highway, North Miami, Florida, 33161, where our office is open from Monday through Friday, where we help business owners file documents, actually update or amend various documents if their name have changed or if their address have changed. And we also help them apply for the SBA loan. So that they can receive what they need during this time. So here are some tips that I observed from helping individuals legalize their business and get their information squared away so they won't have to be stuck in any dispatch or logs to figure out whether or not their business has been in operation. What I do tell people, if you do have your taxes that show that you filed taxes as a business person, perfect, you can use that. But then there's a certain point where they want to see your documentations, and you can go ahead and get your documentations done. I think Sunbiz has been very good. It takes like no longer than 2 weeks. If you do it online and if you do it through a third party, it's the same amount of time. So I always tell people go online, do it yourself, or get professional help if you need to know what this means or what is legal and what is not legal. You can hit us up and we can help you that way as well. Or you can schedule with us online an appointment. We can do a Zoom two-way to assist you in this. So, when it comes to legalizing your business, right, and getting the documentations, we always tell people to consider that your business should be legal and be specific on what you're planning on selling or what you plan your business to do. Because as you go into the IRS log to get your EIN number or into Sunbiz to actually certify your business, they want to know not just that you do transportation, but what kind. Is it taxi and limousine? Is it transport or cargo? So they ask you to niche down in this point. So in the beginning, you were just coming up with a name, the colors, all the cosmetic effects of what your business is going to look like. Here is where you have to be specific. Here is where you're sure and clear of what I do, what I have been doing, what I will continue to do. Here is where you go into details with that on this log. So here's some tips that go as follow. Having the name of your business ready is a quick way to start. And knowing what state you plan on running your business is key because different regulations vary for different types of businesses and then different types of states. And so, what I'm talking about today is how to legalize your business in the state of Florida because that's where I'm at, and those are the individuals I've been helping. Okay, so when filing your business, here is what to do. Make sure what is listed above is clear. And if you watched a video before this, make sure you have all of those details already straight away. So by the time you're here sitting in front of me or you're doing it yourself online, just copy and paste or from the top of your head, you fill it out. It says, once you are clear on what's listed above, make sure you have your articles of incorporation. You would need to know what your articles of incorporations require of you. So there's a difference from doing an LLC, an Inc., or a non-for-profit business. And if you're going to do a private non-for-profit, we have a different whole video for that as well. And so if you're going after these various three that I just mentioned, here's the straightforward way on where to start and how to get those filed away quickly. And so here it is. There are going to be various benefits available for different businesses depending on the individuals and what they plan to do with their business. So, first things first, you must select your business partners, board members, or team. So, if you're doing a nonprofit, more than likely you want to have your business board members with you. You can have up to five, but it's not limited to five and no less than three. And it says once you've selected your business partners or board members or team, most articles require that you have either a CEO or a president. They ask that you have an accountant or a treasurer. They ask that you have a secretary or a director. Those are the three main individuals you want positioned in your business. You need at least three, which is a recommended, but not limited to three. In some cases, one person can wear two hats in your organization. So I'll have a person who has a vision and has a dream. They come in my office, but they don't have a team. So let's just say they don't have a team, they don't have nobody backing them at the moment. So I always tell them, don't just stop because you don't have nobody backing you. You know what? You and you is good enough. So you can put your name down as the president or the CEO, or you can also put your name down as the secretary because more than likely they need those two signatures to get documents coming in and out of your business legally. Keep in mind you're not allowed to have more than three individuals with the same last name on your board. So if you're planning on having a business and you're having a board, it's not I'm going to put me, my brothers, my cousins, my aunties. It's not how it works. It says there right there when you go into Sunbiz and they're explaining to you how do you file and document your business. They let you know you can't have too much same last names showing up in your documentation. Why? Because it will bring suspicion, one, and then number two, it doesn't show that there's a diversified aspect, especially on your board. I think that's where they really specifically look for diversity. And then in the case of Florida, when you file, you have to file your state of department, which is allowing the Florida department know that you're in existence. The reason why I pause on this because a lot of people, some of them, they just had certain aspects of their business, but they didn't have this. And without this document here, you can't open a bank account because the first thing they do when the banker is sitting before you, they go online and they look at your number. Usually it starts with an N. Some people it starts with a P and then it has a lot of zeros behind it, and then it starts to give you a number. If they can't find you on that, they don't open a business bank account. And the reason why I stress on this is because a lot of people during the SBA, they were sending the checks to the banks and the banks were sending them back. I don't know if that happened to you. And it was only because the banks could not verify that this account is a business account. Just to show you the various importance of having the right documentation. And so a lot of people's their fund now is stuck in limbo and they have to either create a business bank account, but before they can create a business bank account, they need this documentation right here. Okay, so it would be good for you to actually knock it out the park and get it squared away as we speak. And then next, what you're going to need is to obtain an EIN number. This is where you can file it with the IRS yourself, or you can come to the office and have somebody assist you with this process. The good thing about an EIN number, and I always tell people, it's like having your social security for your business. Okay, just like how you have a social security, and when you file for credit or you try to purchase anything, they run your social security number. When you're trying to do something with your business, especially if you have a DUNS number, they go off of your EIN number. This is what shows the global playing field of businesses that you are a serious and legitimate business. This is where you can get government contracts, and you also can delve into more serious things, even file your taxes with this. I know some people, for their business purposes, they purchase a car under their EIN number. For businesses purchases, they even purchase on property. And so it's important to build your business credit. I know out here they tell you, oh, you got to have good credit and da da da, but your business could have good credit, and you still could do some good moves in your businesses. And so that's something to think about. You know, you can do it on your social security, or you can do it with your EIN number. That's just options out there. You weigh the options and see what's best for you. Another thing that I tell individuals that they also need what you call a permit. And so this is you saying, I have a building and I want permit from the city. Now we're not talking about state wise. We're not talking about government wise. We're bringing it all the way down to where you are in your city, your county. This is you finding permit to actually have an operation going on. So I tell people, if you're doing a work from home business, you more than likely will not need a permit. But if you do have one, kudos for you. The more, the better. And with the permit, it comes with, I think, head count, how many individuals are allowed in a certain facility. But if you're definitely going to rent space and do it official, you know, you want to break into the market, the brick and mortar market, you definitely would need to have a permit. You definitely would need a license for what you do, and then a license for anything else you're planning on doing in that area. Because what it does is allows the city to run through that area and see if that area is cohesive for what type of business you're trying to operate. Do you have enough exit signs? Do you have a parking space? It shows you a variety of things that you would need before you can get that permit. And then once you have your permit, what I observe is they give you a certificate of use. This is county-wise as well. The certificate of use, it actually shows what you are going to be doing within this facility, in this building. And it says that you have the permission from them to actually operate a legitimate business in this area. Now, most of us, we didn't know all of this detail, and I might say it myself too, but going through COVID-19, it shows you all the dynamics that comes up with having a legal business and the importance of doing it this way. Because when you do it this way, funding comes in quickly and you don't ever have to worry about whether or not you are legally operating in the state of Florida. Keep in mind that's where I'm located, so this is where my specialties go. But what I do inform individuals, it's not that hard to figure out what your city requires. Now, some businesses, it might not require you to have a permit, like if you're a church or a nonprofit, but they do give you the opportunity to get one. You know what I mean? If you especially go downtown in your county, they will tell you exactly how to walk through that. And then number two, depending on what you're doing, you might need additional documentation compared to what I'm doing now. So this is for a person who's going to use a building that's available. But if you're going to talk about building your building, right, then you're going to need all kind of additional permits, even an architect to actually outline what you're doing, then get that documented and approved. And so I'm just doing this to help out a lot of people, not to say that, hey, I have it together and I know it all. It's simply to show, hey, I don't want my minority business owners and my small business owners who didn't have the opportunity to go through a great business course or a program to make sure they have everything legitimate. They just had a vision and a dream. And most of them came to America with an American dream. And they are here living that and fulfilling that, but they might not have all their ducks in a row. And that's where I come in. I help you get your ducks in a row so that you can be squared away and you're running your business effectively and legally and hopefully profitably. And so this part here too, I think is very interesting. It says there are key parts to legitimizing your business in Florida, but keep in mind each county may be different. And so, in a particular county, they might allow you to actually babysit at home, or they might allow you to actually have a caregiver's facility in your home. However, some areas won't allow it because they will keep in mind the fire extinguishers. When the fire department is trying to come through, is there space for their whole operations to come through and do a rescue? And if not, you might not be able to do it in your house, maybe not in that area, or maybe not in that county. So always speak to them to make sure you get the specifics. So you're not wasting your money building a business in an area that might not even be approved, you know, to actually run what you're trying to operate. So I always tell people when you're going to buy a house or buy a building to do a certain business, you also want to know your demographics and you also want to do your research and your background on what is allowed here and what is not allowed here. Because some communities won't allow you to do it. You know what I mean? If you're living in a gated community, they have a specific number of cars, a specific number of people to a home. And so you want to keep all that into consideration before you invest your coins. And then, so a part I always tell people, oftentimes you must speak with your business area bureau to inquire more about the specific business needs you have, which is exactly what I said. I hope this tip was interesting and I hope it was something informative to keep you abreast of what's going on in the community and how you, as a small business owner, can forcefully advance during these trying times. We wish you the best. If you have any questions, you can follow the links below, contact me, or call my office, and we'd be more than happy to help you get these documentations certified and legalized so you can be good to go. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your day. Bye bye.